Well, in case you needed more proof that Microsoft hates Xbox customers, here we go. Microsoft has announced details regarding Black Ops 6 and how it's going to work for Game Pass subscribers. As everyone knows, Game Pass has different membership tiers that all offer different things. Game Pass Core for $10 a month is pretty much just a rebranded version of Xbox Live Gold. So all you get really is the paid online, and that's it. I think you also get a few other games that are included. I think it's 30 games or something like that. And then you have the regular Game Pass, which is $11 a month and does not allow you access to online multiplayer, but it gives you access to all the games on the Game Pass library. And then Game Pass Ultimate pretty much combines those two services for $17 a month, gives you access to online multiplayer and access to the entire game library of Game Pass on Xbox and PC, as well as EA Play games. Now, with any game in Game Pass, it has always been that as long as it's on Game Pass and you have a Game Pass subscription, you have access to the entire game. Obviously, if you don't have the online multiplayer, then it's not going to work. Like, if you have the base tier of Game Pass, not the Ultimate version, and you want to play an online-only game on Game Pass, it won't let you play it. But still, you had access to the entire game as long as you were not connecting online, but that is not the case with Black Ops 6. If you do not have Game Pass Ultimate, they will only give you access to the single-player campaign. If you have the basic Game Pass membership, and obviously if you have Game Pass Core, you get no access to the game because that's, it's just basically Xbox Live Gold. It's paid online and that's it. So you don't get any Game Pass games anyway, even though it's called Game Pass. It's a little bit confusing. But here's the significant part of this. You don't need Game Pass Ultimate if you're a PC gamer to play the entirety of Black Ops 6. You get access to campaign, multiplayer, and zombies if you have the basic PC Game Pass membership, which costs the same money, by the way, as the basic Game Pass membership on the Xbox console, $11 a month. And obviously, when Microsoft puts a game on PC, there is no paid online requirement, so that alone makes any game on Game Pass worth much more if you're on PC than on Xbox, because if you're on Xbox, then you don't even actually have access to the online multiplayer. You have to pay separately for that. You have to get Ultimate. On PC, you do not have to get it. But it really just adds insult to injury to anyone who's an Xbox player, because it just shows, like, Microsoft couldn't give less of a fuck about the people who actually buy their dedicated hardware, which is weird. They treat the PC gamers so much better. That's how it's been the last 5, 6, 7 years or so. I would love to see someone in the comments section who is an Xbox gamer and doesn't play on PC defending the shit that Microsoft's been doing, and how are you actually okay with this and don't mind it and think that it's fine? I'd be fucking pissed if it was me that, like, bought a Series X console for $500 and I'm seeing people on a completely different platform getting better perks and benefits for the same amount of money. That is ridiculous to me, because if I'm playing on Xbox, if I have an Xbox console, Microsoft's making a whole lot more money off of me than someone like me who actually plays only on PC and doesn't buy games on the Xbox platform. Because think about all the games that are on the Xbox store. Think of all the games that are on Steam. But let's say I want to buy Grand Theft Auto on Steam. Microsoft doesn't make any money off of that, right? Or any of the games that I buy off of Steam. Microsoft only makes money off of the games that they themselves sell. But if I have an Xbox console, literally every game I buy, especially if I'm an Xbox-only gamer, every game that I buy, Microsoft profits off of it, and they make a hell of a lot more money off of that person, but that doesn't matter to them, because they're still going to do, they're going to go above and beyond for the PC player, and do jack shit for the person who actually supports their actual console and the Xbox ecosystem. It's just fucking wild to me that this is how it works. Makes no sense to me. I understand trying to grow the PC market, but this is, to me, ridiculous. Like, just, like, looking from the outside in, as someone who is benefiting from this, I have to call it out and be like, bro, what the fuck are they doing here? And it really isn't warranted, because the whole idea of, like, like I said earlier, if you have the basic Game Pass tier, you don't have access to online multiplayer anyway, so them denying you access to multiplayer is like, doesn't really matter necessarily, but they're only giving you the single player campaign. They're not giving you zombies, which you can play offline. You can play solo if you want to. So there's no real reason for them to lock out the basic Game Pass members from the zombies experience also. There's no reason to have paid online either. Paid online is a scam for all consoles. They are literally only charging you that money because they can, and they know you're going to pay for it, and you're not going to fight it. I mean, Sony recently raised the base PlayStation Plus from like $60 to over $80 a year, and nobody batted a fucking eye. And Nintendo charges $20 a year. Last time I checked, they may have increased it since then, but still, even if it's only $20 a year, you have no access to voice chat. You have to use an app on your fucking phone. Not to mention that the online infrastructure is just complete dog shit on the Nintendo Switch, and you're paying money for that. I don't care about the NES games and all that shit that's included. You can get that for free on an emulator. It's not it's not a game changer. Meanwhile, on PC, you simply do not have to worry about this. No paid online, you have access to thousands, literally thousands of more games than you could on any console. You get all the PlayStation and Xbox games on PC too these days. So, like, there's no exclusivity anymore. For Nintendo, there still is, but for Xbox and PlayStation, there's not. And the idea that console gaming is more affordable has just been debunked so many times, because if you do the math, the basic math, you end up saving a lot more money on PC in the long term. Up front, you're technically paying less for a console. But over, let's say, a 5-year period, which is the typical amount of time that someone uses their console, you're saving, just not paying for online alone, you're saving a shit ton more money on PC. You're at least breaking even if you buy an expensive computer. Not to mention the fact that with PC, you're killing two birds with one stone. You're not just playing video games, you're doing all the tasks that a PC can accomplish that you obviously can't do on a console, because a console is designed exclusively for gaming, and you could also stream and do all that kind of stuff. But like, as far as work tasks and shit like that, you can't edit videos on a console. You can't write essays on a console, pay your bills on your console, like, you know what I mean? So it's been very clear, I would say, since the beginning of the 8th generation of consoles, since the early days of the PS4 and Xbox One, PC has consistently been the superior gaming platform. And Microsoft is helping strengthen that argument even more by treating their PC customers like kings and their Xbox customers as dirty peasants that aren't worth shit. Because that's exactly what they're doing by locking out most of Black Ops 6 away from basic Game Pass members, while PC Game Pass members get the entire game and they don't have to pay online. It's just beyond pathetic to me at this point. Anyone who is still a proud Xbox gamer and is fine with a different platform getting more out of Phil Spencer and Microsoft than the actual Xbox customer is. It's fucking hilarious to me, but really sad and embarrassing to anyone who still primarily plays on Xbox and has no other platform. They're Xbox only. Reevaluate your life and stop what you're doing. Switch to PC. You'll thank me later.